Donald Trump appears to have missed his annual physical, or he is covering up his annual physical for 2026. Let me repeat that. Donald Trump is either covering up his 2026 physical, or he appears to have missed it, or he's delaying that physical. Let me explain, and let me also demonstrate Donald Trump's behavior over the past 12 hours, which is raising deep concerns even among the most right-wing media, which is now labeling him utterly insane. You see, Donald Trump's last annual physical was April of 2025, and that's what began raising a lot of alarm bells when you actually read it and you saw some of his conditions, which his physician was trying to cover up. Then you'll recall in October of 2025, Donald Trump claimed that he was getting another annual physical, but said actually it was his semi-annual physical and that he does them every 6 months. Okay, well, whether you do them every 6 months or whether you do them every year, here we are now, April of 2026. Remember that October physical where Trump talked about advanced imaging, which then Trump said was an MRI, and then he said he was wrong and it was a CT scan, but just of the abdomen, all the BS they were feeding us. So here we are, April 2026. This is when his annual physical is supposed to take place, and under any normal circumstance, a White House would announce, here's the date when it's going to take place at Walter Reed. We will publish the results. This would normally be on the calendar well in advance, so we would all know. But notice that Donald Trump, who loves talking about all of his cognitive exams, is covering this up. And let's just talk about his behavior over the past 12 hours. As Tom Joseph explains, Trump is on his last legs, badly slurring, weak, insane, labored, beaten by Iran, carcass-like, rotting, physically deteriorating. I mean, just look at him. Look at what he is going through. But we don't even have to listen to him. We could listen to what the Washington Examiner is saying, a right-wing paper, a very right-wing conservative paper. Here's the headline from the Washington Examiner. Donald Trump is losing his mind. And while right-wing papers and websites are saying this now, Donald Trump is missing his annual physical or semi-annual physical, whatever you're going to call it. That's now being hidden. Think about it. Or they're just not going to announce it and think we'll forget. We keep tabs at the MeidasTouch Network. And again, I'm giving you my opinion. I'll be clear, as protected by the First Amendment. You could disagree, but my opinion is based on the fact of when he gets his annual exams. Pretty basic math. Here's what the Washington Examiner writes, though. Here's their opinion. Imagine it was someone other than President Donald Trump. Suppose a different leader were posting deranged rants in the small hours, insulting the spiritual leader of 1.3 billion Catholics, threatening entire civilizations with annihilation, and comparing himself to God. What would be the reaction? They go on to say, a 79-year-old man who has long dealt in chaos is now being consumed by that chaos. His episodes are becoming more frequent, his good days further apart. What he has lost is not a sense of decency or decorum, he never had those, but any remaining sense of self-control. Everyone around him can see it, yet whether from ambition, cowardice, or weary acceptance, they keep looking for ways to rationalize his behavior. The tragedy is no longer Trump's. It is now America's. He is insane. He has lost his mind. Now, going back to Tom Joseph for a moment, what he posted was, as I mentioned, I'm just showing you Trump conduct and behavior in the past 12 hours. So Donald Trump, after posting AI images of himself as Jesus and attacking the Pope, he then started making videos of himself yesterday, reading Bible verses where he could barely get through the sentences. And he's slurring and he's reading these Bible verses, and it is really odd. It is really strange. This is the video he made yesterday. while he once again backed down to Iran in the face of ceasefire deadlines, and then he blamed Iran. Here's the video of himself that he made. This is incredibly bizarre. Play this clip.
There shall not fail you as a man to be ruler in Israel. But if you turn away and forsake my statutes and my commandments, which I have set before you, and shall go and serve other gods and worship them, then will I pluck them up from the roots out of my land which I have given them, and this house which I have sanctified for my name will I cast out of my sight, and will make it to be a proverb and a byword among nations. And this house which is high.
And then earlier in the day, he called up CNBC and he said that he would have won the Vietnam War very quickly if he was in charge of the country. Donald Trump, who dodged the draft 5 times, the Vietnam War, he calls into CNBC, a business network, to talk to them about how he would have won the war in Vietnam quicker? Are you kidding me? Here, play this clip.
I would have won Vietnam very quickly. I would have, if I were president, I would have won Iraq in the same amount of time that we won, because essentially we've won here. Okay. I mean, people can play games. The Democrats can say, well, we should have done better, no matter what. If I did it in 1 week, they'd say, we should have done better. Look at Venezuela. I took it over in 45 minutes.
And commentators across the country and across the world are seeing what's happening. I mean, in Iran, by the way, they're saying the Nobel Peace Prize goes to the 25th Amendment. But you take a look at, I'll show you, George Lopez, a 92.3. Comedian George Lopez says the following on Trump. Let's play it.
If you had cognitive decline, and you worked at
anywhere
at Barragan's on Victory, and they said, hey, there's vato right here that's laying out the silverware has cognitive decline. I don't think he should be near the knives. No, that he'll be all right. You wouldn't let a valet person be cognitive decline and be working. Right. So we have a guy that's the leader of the free world with cognitive decline who is attacking the war with just on his own. I mean, listen, I always think everybody's Mexican, So I think Trump, he's remodeling the house he don't own. He's starting shit with other countries. Right. I mean, he's hired his son-in-laws over there, hired them. I mean, if you have a job where you can hire your family, you have a job. You don't have a career, because they're not going to be like, who's this fool right here? I don't know. I just started working at American Express. I told you just to come. Like maybe they might but I mean, the idea that this guy could get away with so much and have it really kind of go uncalled on.
Or George Galloway, from George Lopez to George Galloway. That's a spectrum right there. Here's what George Galloway says. Play this clip.
The truth is, Donald Trump is both in rapid cognitive decline, perhaps in dementia, at the same time as retaining some of the low cunning of the criminal real estate developer in New York City that was under the wing of Roy Cohn. And that combination is far more toxic than any alcoholic cocktail.
Or Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who I think has been spot on talking about Donald Trump's declining health and what Pritzker believes to be very serious dementia in his opinion. And I share that opinion. Here, play this clip.
I mean, it's clear that he's not sure what he's saying from moment to moment, and then he'll promise something and then not deliver it. He'll say something, then he'll say something completely contrary to that. And I don't know anybody that acts like that doesn't have some kind of a problem and some kind of issue thinking things through. That is what I think, and I've been saying that for some time. I think he's got some dementia.
And you want to talk about paranoia and dementia? Again, in my opinion, here's what Donald Trump was posting all night. He was posting things like this. Wow, Director of National Intelligence says Democrats changed the standard for impeachment right before impeaching Trump. They changed it so evidence no longer had to be credible just to get Trump. Literally treason. Literally treason. Or there's this email, and there it is, the damning email obtained by King Solomon through FOIA. In a stunning exchange, CIA director turns to fellow director John Brennan and asks if he would join in toppling the United States government during the November 3rd, 2020 election. Brennan not only agrees, but also expresses his gratitude. It's like this making this up. Like this never happened. Like this is like truly deranged stuff. Or how about Donald Trump posting this? Wow. CIA plus 51 spies caught plotting a coup in 2020. Add your name. We're burying Hunter's laptop to save the vegetable Biden. This is treason with receipts. None of this is true. They're just making it up. And this is what he's posting. Or how about this? Trump has been preparing for this war with Iran for over 40 years. He's been preparing for it. Again, utterly deranged behavior right here, utterly delusional behavior right here. You know, and then you've seen, again, just the way Donald Trump's been speaking and behaving. Or how about when Donald Trump said yesterday that he has spoken, this is what he says, he's like making up conversations and people are mocking him. Donald Trump writes, Iran doesn't want the Strait of Hormuz closed. They want it open so they can make $500 million a day, which is therefore what they are losing if it is closed. They only say they want it closed because I have it totally blockaded. So they merely want to save face. People approached me for days ago saying, sir, Iran wants it to be open. Iran wants the strait to be open immediately. But if we do that, there can never be a deal with Iran unless we blow up the rest of their country, their leaders included, Donald J. Trump. Who are you talking to? Who are you having these conversations with? And people are mocking him. They're like, they were large men with tears in their eyes. And they said, sir, there will never be anyone as handsome as you. You're the most handsome. Obliterate them, Donald. Obliterate them. What the heck is going on? And I'll just leave you with this. Midas Health president, Dr. Vin Gupta, at the MeidasTouch Network. Here's what he told me recently. Let's play it. What are you observing, Doctor?
Yeah, you know, Ben, from the very start, I think number one, he's the president of the United States, so let's hope he's getting beyond the headlines the care that he needs. He does have a family history, importantly, of age-related dementia. His father, famously, this has been well documented, Fred Trump, had age-related cognitive decline, and it manifested, frankly, and a lot of his family members have actually spoken out about this. There's a lot of similarities between what we're seeing more and more frequently. We're observing a lot of the trends that we first noticed a few months ago, where there's a symmetry between some of these earlier signs, in his case, and what his father went through. Mary Trump, others of his extended family have spoken out about this symmetry. But what are we seeing? We're seeing, again, we're just observing the facts here. Just to say we don't have his medical data, I don't have access to his medical chart, but this is what everybody's observing, and he's the president. So I think the scrutiny is fair.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. We'll keep you posted. We'll keep following when Donald Trump's appearance, when his appointment, rather, is at Walter Reed. Is he skipping his appointment at Walter Reed? Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.